Does this light fuck up? Does this light fuck up? Blah, 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 blah. I totally fucked that up. This light looks a little fucked up. Is that better? I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna do a sort of unpopular video game opinion today, and that video game opinion is that the graphics in video games nowadays are too fucking good, and it's fucking stupid. The graphics are so good, it's stupid. Unpopular video game opinion, but roll with me again because I'm about to leave for Japan pretty soon, dude. So I need to bust out as many videos as I can before I fucking go, right, dude? Anyway, graphics in video games are getting too good, and I think it's actually hurting games as well. I want like I'll go through at this a few different perspectives, right? Even think about things like regular pictures in real life. Have you ever noticed like sometimes there's like a picture of your favorite model or your favorite actress, or I actually don't have a favorite model or actress, but I guess I'm a guy, so I've like jacked off to girls before, some bullshit, right? Of course. So imagine, have you ever seen like one of those fucking pictures though? Like someone takes a picture of someone and actually to be honest I don't really look at a lot of I couldn't even tell you the last time I looked at like a celebrity or actress's pictures, but even when I was a kid, dude, I remember people taking pictures of people and you would see that super high resolution picture of some girl and you could see their pores and everything like that, and it was just they look better than when you actually look at a person in real life. I remember a few times I've seen girls and you could see they have like a fucking mustache or some bullshit. And I'm like, dude, I can't get off to this, right? Like, dude, who needs a picture that fucking high resolution, right, dude? Like, I can't even see that in fucking real life, dude. And we are so totally getting to that point in video games, and it's stupid, right? I mean, okay, I mean, I've talked about this with friends, man. A lot of times when people make these video games nowadays, they're so concerned on the graphics. And of course, a lot of people know me because of fighting games, but I actually enjoy lots of other games. So say RPGs and all this other kind of crap. And I remember even when they were making something like God, what was it that? Because I really enjoyed Star Ocean 3. Star Ocean 3, the first two thirds of that is one of my favorite games of all time, dude. The first two thirds of Star Ocean 3 was amazing to me. Last third of the game, shit, but whatever. But I remember there was some fucking interview with some of the producers so many years ago. After they'd made excuse me. I don't think you say excuse me for a yawn. Anyway, um, so many years. I think they'd made Star Ocean 4 or some bullshit after that. And people were like, "Would you ever think about making a Star Ocean 3?" And they're like, "Well." The interviews they said something stupid like, "Well, with the graphics of how good games are nowadays, it would just be too hard to make because it would just take up too much space." Like, do you realize that like we've like so far past like graphics are actually hurting games. Like developers have actually, I'm sure they said it in other interviews as well. I just brought up the Star Ocean one because I enjoyed Star Ocean 3 as a kid. But I heard that I'm like, man, dude, so we're sacrificing gameplay for like graphics. Do you know what I mean? Like how good do graphics need to be, dude? Like think about a game like Final Fantasy 15. The graphics ever need to be better than they are in that game? I remember like I'm playing this game and the characters are sweaty and they got shit on and the effects affect the world of magic and all this shit. But it's like, dude, do graphics ever need to be better? Like I kind of just want a bigger world to explore to get lost into, right? Do the graphics ever need to be better? I think aesthetics matter more than graphics. Look at a game like Dead or Alive. Look at this new fucking Dead or Alive 6 that came out. And like, dude, Dead or Alive 2, like, who hasn't gotten off to like Dead or Alive 2 before? Like, Dead or Alive 2, I can still get off to Dead or Alive 2. Well, I don't know if I could, but I'm sure I could, right? Point being, Dead or Alive 2, look at how cool the aesthetics of that game were at the time. Whether or not you like Dead or Alive or not, let's keep that irrelevant. But think about just the vibe of the game. I know a lot of people just think that, I'm sorry, I'm pretty tired, dude. And a lot of people think about the game as just like being like a boob game or whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to get into like what is an amazing game, but speaking aesthetically of the game, It's got fucking ninjas. It had so many cool stages. It was bright. It was like vibrant. Dead or Alive 2 Extreme, I think it was for Xbox. So they had all these so many cool stages. Dead or Alive 3 still had cool stages. Dead or Alive 4. I never played Dead or Alive 4, so I'm not sure. Did Dead or Alive Did Dead or Alive 4 have cool stages? Maybe it did, but all I know is I remember playing Dead or Alive 5, and you could see the aesthetic really changed, right? It started getting a little grittier, a little more real, and the girls were still kind of hot, right? You know what I mean? But you could tell the aesthetic it started to change, but the stages were still different, although not really as cool as, you think about games like 2 and 3 and all these other wacky stages that are part of the fun. You know, I think, and look at Dead or Alive 6. All the characters like sweating all over the place, and I'm gonna be like, dude, I'm over it, dude. I don't need to see my character fucking sweating from their butt cheeks, dude. Like, I don't know if that actually turns someone on. It doesn't turn me on. You know what I mean? I don't need to see my character sweating all over the place. Like, I don't know how many fucking thousands of dollars, whatever they put into programming their character sweating, but I'm not impressed or turned on. And look at the stages. Again, they became more gritty and more real. And the stages are kind of dry, dude. It's not as fun. Like I'm like, wow, did you like spend all this money to which I don't even think the characters look better than 5, do they? Am I missing something? I don't think the characters look better than 5, but what do I know graphically? If anything, I think some of the characters kind of got like a stupid look on their face. They look kind of fucking retarded, actually. But I mean, the thing is, like, dude, I don't know. It almost feels like a budget game. Is it a budget game, dude? I don't fucking know. But when I look at the game, I'm like, dude, I don't know how much more graphics they spent. I feel like the characters even kind of sweated a bit in Dead or Alive 5 as well. But I don't know about how much thousands of dollars that they spent into like making these character models. But then you see the actual kind of like aesthetics and the vibe of the game, which is more important, has suffered, right? I mean, the stages just are not as cool. They're not as like, I'm not like, wow, the stages are just kind of bland and dry. It's like, did you sacrifice the graphics for the gameplay? Right? Do you know what I mean? Like aesthetics matter more than the actual graphics, I think. Look at a game like fucking Mortal Kombat. I don't give a fuck about Mortal Kombat. I know I made that a couple of cool combo videos for it before, I guess. And I think Johnny Cage is cool because I like fucking shadow kicks and everything like that, right? Look at characters like that. How many times does fucking like Sonya look like a fucking man, dude? Like, man, these graphics, like, they look pretty cool and still, but then they start moving. Like, why do all the characters look kind of fucked? Like, the aesthetic matters. Like, I can tell the graphics are good, but the aesthetics matter. And then, think about this new game, is it 11? The characters, they don't look quite as mannish, so the aesthetics are a little bit better. But then look at how they move. They still couldn't like fucking hire like a proper motion actor to like film this bullshit. So it's like, what are you spending the money on? These graphics? Like, dude, I know the fucking brain explodes, dude. I've seen a character's fucking chest being ripped out. They're fucking. I'm sure there's a dick fatality somewhere. Is there? I don't know, but the graphics, like, dude, focusing too much on graphics is fucking ruining games, dude. Like the games are not as big now, I guess, because I guess graphics take up too much memory or something. Think about how stupid that is. And the graphics don't need to be better, dude, do they? I guess that's like an unpopular opinion, but I really think aesthetics matter more, dude. It's the vibe of the game. Look at a game like Street Fighter 2, dude. Street Fighter 2 still looks good today, dude. The characters still blend with the background correctly. It feels right when you look at Street Fighter 2. And then look at a game, say like Street Fighter HD Remix when that game came out. That game looks ugly, dude. It doesn't matter if the graphics are better. Street Fighter HD Remix looked fucking ugly, dude. Do you know what I mean? I mean, the character just, ugh, like, what, why, dude? Like, that's what I'm just saying. Like, and of course, this is more of a thing for honestly RPGs and everything because it feels sad that I want to play these RPGs and think about I didn't even play it. It was just so fucking dull to me. Was it Final Fantasy 13 that was the really linear Final Fantasy? But oh, we spent so much money on the graphics, we couldn't like have a real world or something like. I would have taken a little bit less quality of graphics for like a real game, like a game that excuse me, that I feel immersed in. Do you know what I mean? So an unpopular opinion maybe, but I don't think graphics need to be any better. I don't need to see any more characters sweating out of their fucking butt cheeks. I fucking get it. It's kind of cool, I guess, but please, it's just like, don't go any further, dude. They don't need to be any more real than they are, right? I mean, do people get what I'm saying? Again, I'm really just making this because going to Japan soon, dude. So I don't want to waste too much time. Look how much different that light makes it. Makes it quite a bit different. So yeah, dude, that's my opinion. If you agree, that's awesome because then we agree. But yeah, it's really sad. You know, I wish like some of this. I don't know how much longer this PS4 is supposed to last, this generation of games, but I really hope in the next generation of games that people are not so photorealistic that I have to fucking see a fucking mustache on the girl character and all this kind of crap because I don't want to see it, dude. I don't want to see that this character forgot to fucking shave themselves. You know, it's just kind of like I just want a fun game, dude. I want a fun game that I can get lost in. And I don't know, people are just so concerned about graphics. It's like, man, sad, dude. Oh, you know another thing too? Even a game like Dragon Ball Fighter Z, dude. Think about that. I mean, if you actually look at Dragon Ball Fighter Z, dude, they took a lot of shortcuts in that game. If you look at the animation and aesthetics of it, I know a lot of people think it's amazing, but look at even how the characters fall. Everyone has like the same fall animation, the same like sort of get up animation, the same they're being hit. It's not like as bad as Street Fighter V because the hitboxes are actually legitimately different. But so many like shortcuts, like a good example of something different with that would be think of a game like oh boy, I'm tired, dude. We had back in the day when you would compare something like Street Fighter to King of Fighters. Do you remember back in King of Fighters when every King of Fighter character had a different animation for if they fell on their back or their stomach? And it was always a different animation. It wasn't just that every character could do it. Every character had a different animation. Even in a game like Dragon Ball Fighter Z that people think is just so fucking amazing graphically, you can tell it's like a fucking model that they just fucking plastered and pasted on some of it. They all have the same kind of hit or hurt, and they do the same thing. It's not like totally unique like other games used to be, right? So it's kind of like, is did you sacrifice this fucking graphics for making the aesthetic better? I'm not saying Dragon Ball Fighter is a totally ugly game, but you can tell where they like fucking cut corners too, right, dude? So I don't know, dude. That's my opinion. You know, a lot of people just care about graphics. I'm not super horny about graphics, dude. You know, I really don't think they need to be better, and it makes me afraid for new games because as linear and as like not big as some games are now, and we even got games like Dead or Alive 6 where I can't fucking throw a dude off a stage anymore. I guess maybe that's too powerful graphically to happen anymore. I guess the sweat must make a spin or something, so they don't want that to happen. I don't fucking know, dude. But it's like, it's just think about it. You can't even do Ryu's big fucking like spinning pauldron off a stage anymore, dude. Well, like I just think, and the stages are so dry. Just like, did I sacrifice that for fucking butt sweat, dude? Like, man.